specific as I'm trying out this travel fund manager identity. And um, we actually have a guest today. Her name is Keishia Kennedy. I'll key her in right now. Hi, Keisha. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good and you? So excited to be here today.
Thank you for being here. I know you're coming from, where was it again?
Kuwait. So sounds like we're both outside of the US and we are some real estate
We are.
investors that are rocking it.
We are, and we're actually operating in US for our business or whatnot. So I actually appreciate you being here. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and maybe a little bit about what you do before we get started?
Yeah, yes, I am a real estate investor. I've been investing for the last 11 years and I decided to scale last year in apartment syndication as a general partner and a limited partner. So I am actively investing in apartments and passively investing in apartments. And so again, my real estate journey started after the market had crashed 11 years ago. I started buying residential properties and I wanted to build more generational wealth. And I decided to scale into commercial assets last year. And so it's been a year. I am also from Richmond, Virginia, and a veteran as well. And I am here in Kuwait, as he had mentioned earlier. I am a military contractor, so I'm still serving the military, but just in a different capacity.
Well, first of all, thank you for your service and being here as a real estate, an experienced real estate investor at that. So I
Yeah,
really appreciate you being here. And so,
yes.
like, at the deepest core outside of these titles, I'm very curious. As a human being, why do you do what you do?
Yeah, so I am 38 years young because I don't like to say, old, but
Yeah.
I am 38 years young. And so my why on why I do what I do is for financial freedom, generational wealth, to leave a legacy. I am single and I'm not married. However, I enjoy educating others. So it's not just about me, and so I'm investing and I'm also helping others to invest in multifamily commercial assets so we can, scale together and get out that rat race. Society teaches us to work 9 to 5, go to college, get the degree, but
Yeah.
I have a couple of degrees and I still have not been informed and educated on real estate investing. And
Wow.
so my why is to help as many people as possible, including veterans, because I'm a veteran, and minorities as well to help bridge that wealth gap. But I am doing what I'm doing to reach financial freedom as far as time, being able to go when I want, where I want, how long I want without asking for a PTO or anything like that. And leaving that legacy, there's nothing like freedom, you know. I I absolutely love being able to do what I want when I want. And so that's
Wow.
why I'm going so hard. I live outside of the US, but I am also helping as many people as possible in the US to invest in multifamily commercial assets.
Wow. What a great why. One of the things that I like asking is what is your higher purpose, which you did mention a little bit about it. But most of my guests
Yeah.
have a higher purpose in regards to actually giving back with their heart, not only with like, the finance and time and energy, but I realize that yes, after you make so much money, you've gotten to a tipping point of money doesn't really make you happy anymore, but actually giving back. Is there a specific thing that you want to do um, after you've reached, or what you're doing now to give back to your
Yeah.
community or whatever?
Yes, yes. So I enjoy traveling, and prior to COVID, I would go to, you know, third world countries such like the last country I visited was Sri Lanka with my mother. She actually came to Kuwait to visit. And we told the taxi driver to stop at a store so we can get some school supplies. And we picked a random school and gave out school supplies. And then prior to that, I have also traveled to Kenya. I fell in love with that country. I went there for vacation and went back the next 2 following weekends. And I found an orphanage and wanted to sponsor 2 children there, but there weren't 2 children to sponsor. So then they had just had a grand opening for pregnant teenagers. And so I sponsored to teenagers as well. So giving back, I'm a Christian, and so the more you give, the more you receive back in return. I have more than enough money to go around, and it's a nice. I feel good when I'm giving more than I am receiving, and God will bless me in return. And so my other higher purpose, as I mentioned earlier, was helping minorities. Help bridging that wealth gap, because it's definitely been extreme in three areas, which is income, health, and education. And so, how can we bridge that wealth gap is through home ownership, investing, and business ownership. And I also mentioned about veterans. There's more than 18 million veterans in this world in armed forces. And the average veteran is about 58 years old, and the average income is more than 50,000 with a high school diploma. So I'm really striving to help as many people as possible, but definitely minorities and fellow veterans.
Wow, wow, wow. You just sound, you sound, and it just feels empowering every time I speak to you. One of the final questions I do have is in regards to what you do in the professional side as a real estate investor, GP, LP stuff. How does that apply practically to what you're trying to um, achieve, which is giving back, right? So, is
Yeah.
there a method to all the madness that you're doing and stuff like that?
Yeah, so I believe in the five F's. As I mentioned earlier, I am a Christian, so faith is first. Second is family. I'm very family oriented. I'm the oldest of four. My parents were married 39 years. They have no grandbabies. But so first is faith.
Yep.
Um, I believe in God. I trust in God. He has blessed me. 38 years of my life, and I'm going to continue to, have my devotions and going to church online because I do live in a Muslim country. So it's faith, family, fitness. I'm also a bodybuilder, so I believe in being physically fit. If you can beat yourself mentally in the gym, because it's all about mental health first, mindset. Your mindset needs to be clear and concise. You should have goals, and that's going to help you also succeed in investing and in building that generational wealth. The next is finances. It's not just about investing, but budgeting, saving, and also investing. And then the last is freedom. So it's faith, family, fitness, finances, and freedom. And I have started a company called Kennedy Remedy Investments. We are the remedy to your investments. And so we focus on strong partnerships with our fellow limited partners, which are silent partners, to
Yeah.
invest passively in multifamily commercial, which leads to generational wealth and financial freedom. But I highly love the five F's that I mentioned earlier.
Wow. Five F's and then one G. Those
Excuse
five
me?
and one, five F's and then one G. The one G is,
Yes, yes,
I was thinking of give back, but I think it's best to just put God as the G. But how
yes,
can people best reach out to you? I know you have a free guide, and I'll probably pop this up
yeah,
here. Can you talk
yeah.
little bit more about that?
Yeah, so it's a beginner's guide to investing as a limited partner. Maybe you're curious or wondering what is a limited partner, and it's basically a silent partner that invests their capital in the deal. And in that guide, it discusses, what is a limited partner, the benefits, questions to ask your syndicator and general partner before you invest in the deal, and
Yep.
also goes over a brief sample deal. So if you would like it, go ahead and download it. And it's definitely been a blast being on this podcast with you. And thank you for the invite. And you can also reach me on LinkedIn, Keishia Kennedy. So I would love to connect. That's part of the business that I enjoy doing.
So on LinkedIn, it's Keisha Kennedy, and if you want to receive the free guide, the beginner's guide to investing as a limited partner, please go to
Yeah.
kennedyremedyinvestments.com /guide So, well, thank you very much, Keisha, for being on here. I really, really appreciate your time and all the
Thank
time
you.
that you and me speak. I really appreciate your presence. So, thank you, and I'll
Thank
end the
you
stream
so
now.
much. All right.